Well, Mirana confirmed for OP. We're going to get ourselves into game 1 of a best of 3. It's the lower bracket final. Winner of this will meet DK in a best of 5 grand final later today. Loser will go with 3rd place. Decent amount of cash in hand as well, but for now, we'll get ourselves game 1. We'll see EG making the way towards top, so they're looking to actually go and contest the enemy jungle, not try and protect their own jungle as far as the level 1 play goes. Maybe to try get down some wards against this Enchantress, but for now, things... Looking at the 2 drafts, neither team you'd say has like an advantage right off the draft, or do you like EG's draft or VG's a bit better, or...?
I think I like Vichi's a little bit better. It's a little more standard. They have a lot of AoE, good amount of lockdown, good late game, good push, good aggression out in the early game. And EG's, it's a little more one-dimensional, like heavy gank oriented and heavy fighters. And they don't really have that much AoE. They don't really have that much push. So I think that if Vici gets ahead, they can take down towers, accomplish objectives, and transition into late game very easily, whereas EG, they have to get a lot of kills in order to accomplish the same thing. But at the same time, EG's lineup is a lot more unconventional, and I don't actually know if Vici knows how to handle a PA, just because we almost never see PA.
Alrighty, so Vici Gaming, I think that's the one, for Vici Gaming, they're up against a draft they haven't maybe versed before, but they've got a draft they're very comfortable with. This is something they execute and can execute quite well. The Tide's probably the only hero we don't see Vici Gaming run all that often, but yeah, still a strong hero here nonetheless. So we'll see how they match. Because I know during the well, Vici Gaming arrived last to LA. They actually didn't take part in like the boot camp that we were doing at the not Howie's. It was at the Grid, Cyber Lounge, and EG and DK scrimmed a lot. So EG got some practice against the Chinese team there. DK got some practice against Western teams. Vici are coming in blind. They have not practiced or scrimmed any of these Western teams. They've only maybe played against DK. The other 4 teams they haven't seen a Western team since they were at the EMS 1. So yeah. But that hasn't stopped them from doing well. They are here in the winner bracket final in the top 3. So EG in the enemy jungle. Going in slightly, often you see teams go up that ramp near the mid lane, but that's something which constantly is being getting scouted at. Morphling scouts Mason at the top lane, so Vici Gaming know where EG are, but I don't think you want to fight this lineup at level 1. Yeah, probably not. Leech Seed level 1, just too OP.
Invoker doesn't do anything, neither does the Ench.
Yeah. I mean, the Wisp doesn't do a whole lot. It gives a bit of movement speed, I guess.
Movement speed with Boots first. I think he's Boots first tree.
Okay, yeah, okay. So,
but that's pretty scary. You'll see them get a lot of first bloods with that. Oh, no Boots tree.
Yeah. The Elder Tide doesn't do a huge amount level 1 until, I mean, it's just I guess can scout a little bit. But hey, end of the day, EG slightly by level 1. They get into the enemy jungle, get down some early observer wards, blocking. Wow, just the 1 ward actually. That's the only ward they put down, but it's a pretty nifty one. I don't know if it blocks the camp, but if you block the camp, it kind of lets Vici know there's a ward there. Oh, they're going for that level 1 smoke. Is this looking to hunt the Enchantress, I want to say?
Or Invoker.
Enchantress is like a free level 1 kill if they find Enchantress.
Yeah, surprisingly though, he doesn't have boots. So, looks like he might actually...
Oh, Tether, Tether just gives him that movement speed. Oh, this Enchantress. Oh no. There's your Tether. They know exactly where Fenrir is. They've scouted that he's not the right big camp. They find him here in the jungle. Mirana comes in as well. This will be your first blood. Tree and Protector wallops him down. Good start for EG. That was a sneaky little play.
Sneaky little play indeed, mostly done by the Observer Ward. They know she's not at the big camp, and Sylar actually coming under a lot of pressure too. So it will be an aggro try with the Mirana. Mid will not be the PA Wisp, just the PA versus Invoker. PA should do perfectly okay in this lane, especially considering Quaswex Invoker got nerfed, or Invoker in general got nerfed. He has 4-man shield, should block the majority of the right-click damage coming out from Invoker, and he got pulled.
Yeah.
So.
We'll see how Vici look to react to this one. Enchantress it does have the big camp over on the far right, and that's where Enchantress needs to get a couple creeps. It doesn't actually have a smoke Fenrir. Fenrir's been like playing hard support Enchantress almost. This Disruptor's gone like greed mode with the starting items, I imagine. Yeah, Boots first Disruptor. Not really a hero you need Boots first on.
No, generally not. I think he didn't expect to be against a solo. Or I think he expected to be a solo Elder Titan. And Elder Titan does hit really hard, and he can actually trade blows with support, so maybe he just didn't want to get right-click down.
Yep. Fair enough. Well, bottom lane's a Tide versus Elder Titan 1v1 matchup, so slightly advantageous for the Tide there. Anchor Smash being so annoying to lane against.
Everyone beats out Elder Titan. Lane.
Just better against melee heroes than others, and we're going to see them try. Oh wow! Actually gets the last hit on that Hellbear, so they may not have actually killed or found the Enchantress, but that's almost. I mean, that's the next best thing. Ward is doing some work here. Zai is going to be a bit careful. We're going to look for a tether escape. No glimpse. You can glimpse him like mid tether back in theory. I guess it's a very short range at level 1. Oh no, you got kinetic field, so never mind.
And he's only level. Yeah, if he were level 2, maybe.
FY, DD rune up. Uh-oh. What's the plan? Ben, please.
It's a pretty far arrow. So...
The arrow's not... It's more if they can kill him without the arrow.
Oh, they can kill him without the arrow. Unless Enchantress comes, but...
He's got boots, but it's a nice kinetic field.
He's leaping in. I heard a leap.
Arrow. Oof, hits the creep. Not going to chase him. This is actually where the boots first helps, because you've got the movement speed to escape the Wisp tree.
It was a nicely placed kinetic field too.
Tree already has his own boots, but...
I thought it'd still be on cooldown. They just used it. Yeah.
I think if anything, the pause maybe helped FY give him a second to realize, okay, I gotta use kinetic field here and then I can run away, so... Looked like an EG advantageous pause actually maybe hurt them, giving FY time to think about his plan of escape.
So looking in the mid lane, Arteezy doing slightly better than the Invoker. Does have his bottle at a reasonable time and going the 2-on-1 standard PA build.
Yep. One value point in blur. So much evasion.
Yeah, 20%'s a lot for 1 point.
Yeah. Even just blocking random right-click harass coming out just means you can lane so much better. The best is when you're cold snapped and you evade, because then you don't get that cold snap proc, although not that cold snap does any damage anymore. It is a Quas-Wex Invoker. I guess they have enough damage elsewhere, which is where he super can just control the early game in the team fights.
They have a lot of setup. Like if he gets a great tornado, they can easily follow it with a Ravage, with a Kinetic Field, with a Static Storm. So I think Quas-Wex Invoker is a little bit better here, especially since EG has a more early game.
FY in some trouble. Gets blinked on here. The Wisp coming through as well. Arteezy. Nice glimpse back, and there's a great kinetic field. The Tornado going to follow, just used to cover the retreat. They haven't got the damage to actually fight this, and I think Super realizes he's got to be a bit careful here. They're trying to get the kill on the Wisp here. Fenrir getting way too aggressive with the heal. He's going to try to keep him alive. EMP now as well. Invoker getting everything off. He completely depletes the mana of Arteezy, but doesn't matter. They get the Enchantress regardless, and he is low, but living armor will help keep him alive, and smart aggression from EG. Meanwhile, back in the jungle, it's going to be Invoker still battling it out with the help of the Shockwave. The Hadouken's coming through, but Zai, the living armor, healing him up.
Only saved by Ghostwalk there, and yeah, I mean the tree and the Wisp, just so much sustain, so much damage, and so much chase potential with all that move speed.
Is under attack.
Invoker used so many spells that fight. There was a Tornado, EMP, Cold Snap, and then he goes into Ghostwalk as well. The EMP draining mana, allowing him to sustain all that.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright. EG, I mean, they're up 2 kills to nothing, but you've still got Tide and Morphling as your top 2 farmers right now, and Invoker shortly behind, so I don't feel like EG are by any means ahead right now.
I think they're doing pretty well, though.
They're not behind, it's even. It's 40-40
tower is under attack.
Their heroes aren't as good in the early game though, like PA and Elder Titan pretty weak until they get like level 7 or 8, so they shouldn't be winning the early game this hard. And them even being ahead in kills is a big win for EG. Yeah. So I say momentum wise it's hugely in EG's favor.
Alright. The offensive, it's not a full consistent offensive trial, but they have not really shut down the Morphling's farm by any means, and we're going to actually see Morphling get left alone. They say, let's go actually find some kills where we can get them, and that's going to be on the Elder Titan. This hero is just no defensive mechanisms really. I guess he has the movement speed if he hits a nice multiple hero Astral Spirit, but doing so maybe not going to be the easiest, and he does not know these supports are down bottom lane. Not with smoke past the Observer Ward, which EG had.
You'll also...
The supports actually... Did they reveal themselves bottom? The smoke's worn off, so it looks like they maybe just revealed themselves and not going to find any kills. Bottom rune is there. Super can turn around, look for a kill on Zai. Zai needs to maybe tether out. Here comes No rotation just a bit slow. Sai gets a really long tether off.
Universe also picked up Earth Splitter at level 6. You usually don't see that. You usually see a 0-4-4 build.
No, he doesn't have the mana to use it right now, so that's something which is going to be potentially a consistent problem.
He doesn't really have any
Dire's
setup
middle
for it
tower
yet, so
is
most
under
likely he's
attack.
zoning Earth Splitter.
Alright, so Vici Gaming, I mean, in true Vici Gaming fashion, will just kind of play things slowly, get their levels, get their core items, not look to go too aggressive here in the early game. And even come mid-game time, their aggression is always very calculated and planned. They've always sort of got a strategy in mind, which they're not going to ever overextend to try and execute.
Yeah, at the same time, they do need to put out some pressure on Ichi though. Potom and Murano both, or Potom and PA both getting a lot of farm style, coming under pressure from Arteezy. 1 crit comes out,
Dire's
2
top
crits
tower
come
is
out,
under
but
attack.
it's only level 1 coup de grace, not the strongest. Sylar actually out of mana.
Wow. Turns around for a replicate. Arteezy? No.
Radiant's bottom
was
tower is under
interesting.
attack.
Well, I mean, Morphling's getting chased down to his T2. Where is Vici's team? I'm
Dire's
surprised
top
like
tower
Tidehunter didn't
is
come
under
in.
attack.
Space created, I guess. They're getting the Tier 1 tower, maybe?
Dire's
Oh, it's good for
structures
it's
are fortified.
decent for them, but I mean, you
Radiant's
don't want to lose your
bottom
safe on
tower
tower this
is
early.
under attack.
Sylar still needs a lot of space.
I guess
to
they
farm.
may be trading Tier 1 for Tier 1. We'll see what happens here. The
Dire's
PA
top
replicate
tower
not going to go
has
because it doesn't get
fallen.
any sort of deny attempt off, but EG get the Tier 1, no counter Tier 1 exchange
Radiant's
just yet,
bottom
but
tower
RTK
is under attack.
was keeping
Radiant
behind and
structures
looks
are
like he's
fortified.
going to try to zone out this Elder Titan here. Does have
Radiant's
Ravage.
middle tower
TP's
is under
coming in,
attack.
that's your PA. PA's just roaming around the map. Arteezy doing work on this PA. Treads bottle poor man's shield and he's like, okay, I'll create space for the rest of the team, and not even creating space, he's defending, like pushing Morphling out of top lane, defending the bottom Tier 1. This PA's doing work.
Indeed, he is. She is rather. So I don't like Vici's position too much. Sylar's a little bit difficult to gank right now, but he also has trouble finding farm.
Yeah. Look how farm tight is
Radiant's
though.
bottom
56
tower
CS.
is under attack.
So far ahead of everyone in this game.
Arcane mech.
He's
Versus
going to
Elder
have
Titan.
mech well before anyone on EG. I guess the Elder Time will have an okay timing on his mech, but
I think the problem is their mobility though. He can't always be there to fend off the aggression from a relocate,
Radiant's
from
bottom tower
high
is under
move speed,
attack.
from tether, he can blink strike too. So he's gonna be tired a lot.
Arteezy blinks forward, avoids the EMP by doing so in super, forcing him into Ghost Walk.
Radiant's
Meanwhile,
bottom
Tide does get the
tower
bottom
has
T1 tower.
fallen.
That's your Tide mech. 9 minutes, Tide has mech, and gold to spare.
Pretty scary. The death ball from Vici is gonna be real at some point
Poker,
coming
Tide,
very soon.
I mean, Morph can just be farming while the other 4 fight. I guess your support's not the best fighting supports until Disruptor hits level 6.
Still, Tidehunter plus Invoker plus Disruptor should be enough to carry most of the team. Enchantress is not terribly useful at this point. I don't think she's very high level at all, and
16 CS.
pretty much has not had any impact, which is a little bit
Very
unfortunate,
poor.
but she's been put under a lot of pressure by her Tree Wisp, so you can understand that. But at the same time, this is kind of Enchantress time to shine, and it's not a straight farming Enchantress like you mentioned earlier in the draft.
Yeah. I think this is where EG came into this draft knowing Vici Gaming would pick Enchantress, and that they could... Once they got the Treant Wisp, they're like...
See a wraparound, Tree and PA from behind.
That insta
Did he
crit.
get double crit there? Oh my goodness.
At least one.
ROTK doesn't really want to use Ravage, but he's going to have to if he wants to even think about saving his life.
Kraken's enough. EMP.
Radiant's
The
middle tower
turnaround isn't
is
there
under
for Vici
attack.
Gaming. Maybe. Arteezy's thinking about going back in. He knows there's a Ravage, but
He has tree armor. I'm surprised he didn't right there.
he goes... I guess maybe a Tornado Cold Snap Ravage could be the death of him, but... What do you need damage? One Anchor Smash and then there goes your damage, I guess is the main
He gets
problem.
one crit. I think Tide's almost dead.
You crit-
Or a crit with
well,
Stifling Dagger.
You crit onto an Anchor Smash though, it's like, are you really critting? It's like you crit to your normal base damage. If that. Tornado, is there gonna be a blink dodge? And PA? Crossfix Invoker's just like having the worst time of his life, can't even hit an EMP Tornado because of the blink strike.
They're waiting to save his mech, trying to bait Arteezy in, but Arteezy not taking the bait. Elder Titan is there to spam him down. Top lane, Mason still farming. Looks like he may be going for a Midas, could be Maelstrom too, not sure yet. And Vici looking to use her ultimates to get at least 1 kill. That's what they really want to do right now. But EG playing it very, very patiently. Vici just forced to run around, heal, and waste a lot of their time. So their efficiency is not the greatest compared to EG's almost level 6 coming out on EG support.
Dire's middle tower is under
one
attack.
creep away.
Get some Arcane Boots, which is great against the EMP Invoker. These support levels on the Vici side is where they're really struggling. Level 5 Enchantress. Disruptor only now hits level 4. And they're giving FY the solo lane just because his levels, getting level 6 especially, is kind of crucial right now. It's almost one of the Vici Gaming's top priorities. Their Vici Gaming farm is decent. Like, looking at the raw CSs, they have the 2 top farmers, now the 3rd farmer as well with Invoker, even with the PA. But the net worth is
Radiant's middle tower
or
is
even
under
slightly
attack.
EG favored in some ways, with their supports being a bit better and just having the tower gold as well to play around with.
3-man smoke coming out from Vici. They may catch Wisp, but Wisp just bought Arcane Boots and just hit level 6 too. So even if they kill him, not the biggest deal in the world.
Nothing to tether to, and goodbye Wisp.
They didn't blow any important cooldowns, so.
Tornado EMP and just an Anchor
Dire's
Smash.
middle tower
Good to
is
go,
under
so
attack.
I think that's fine for Vici Gaming. I mean, I'd rather find a Mirana or an Elder Titan or a PA, but Wisp
Is that
at
gonna
this
be a
point.
Shadow Blade or a Battle Fury?
Arteezy likes a good Battle Fury. Envy and Arteezy are big fans of this Battle Fury PA build. This is gonna. I think the main reason is like you can push out the lanes and just it really accelerates your farm, which PA is actually not the best farming hero. Without a Battle Fury, like PA can't actually farm that fast.
You can agree with that. You can always get like Lifesteal, you can get like Vlad's or HOD to farm faster, or you can get casual Yasha even.
That sustains you, but it doesn't actually help you farm faster though. Like it's not giving you extra damage.
Well, you get more sustain, so you're
more sustain. Yeah,
but yeah, he doesn't do actually do that much damage. PA usually farms heroes though. I'd say more than creeps in the mid game.
A lot of the emphasis when I saw Arteezy playing this last time was like he was actually split pushing lanes out, and that's where the Battle Fury definitely helps a lot. But we'll see how things work out for him. Mason's still fine with the top lane. He's gone for the Gloves of Haste. Looks like he actually went back for Nakala Abrasive. We'll see if he goes for a Midas or if it's just going to be a straight Maelstrom maybe. He's just been on top lane duty, so make sure the Morphling doesn't get complete free farm. And you can see Mirana and Morphling pretty much even on CS, so. Both teams getting farm on all their core heroes. Enchantress starting to get some catch-up farm as well, so.
Barely do you see Potom carry hard in late game, but after yesterday's Na'Vi versus Na'Vi game, can't underestimate her potential if she gets the right items.
Yeah.
So Moonlight Shadow comes out. Looks like they I think it was under the guise of the Observer Ward.
Yeah, they're trying to catch up Vici Gaming in this bottom lane, but not going to happen. Relocate top, they realize this is potentially an alone Morphling. Can they actually get the kill here? Waveforms away. TP in the time. Ooh, PPD. Did not realize the TP was going there.
That was close. They need a vision with the Wisp balls.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, in the jungle, they find the Wisp again. So Tide Enchantress bring down that little glowing ball, and 2 Wisp kills recently, but not the end of the world. The important thing is that Morphling gets away from that relocate gank.
Yeah, and Sylar is actually pretty low on that worth relative to everyone else, number 5. And he's just been farming away top the whole time, but
Miranda hasn't left the lane until like 30 seconds ago though.
Radiant's middle tower
Miranda
is
only
under
now
attack.
went bottom. Just kind of stuck. Could be worse. Leaves himself out of there and back to farming he goes.
so TP back to the T2 and it looks like Vici trying to pressure the tower a lot.
Radiant
Yeah, they've got
structures are
all their core
fortified.
heroes here, so it's actually EG's team, but they
Radiant's
just use
middle
Overgrowth
tower
top.
is under
They don't
attack.
have relocate. I don't think they want to try and fight into Ravage here unless they can get ROTK really low. But avoid the Earth Splitter. They go back in, so fighting into the Tide here is tricky. They're going to keep spamming it with Stifling Daggers. If they get it low
Radiant's
enough, they
middle
can maybe
tower
start a
has
fight, but it's not
fallen.
going to happen. So
It's way too risky for Arteezy to blink in.
Vici Gaming is just calculated 5-man Dota. That's all day long. That's their bread and butter.
Yeah. EG's trying to delay pushes, but Vici they just need to expand the map a little bit more for Sylar, and they're always making EG feel threatened under the
Dire's
Ravage.
top tower
And
is under
ROTK is
attack.
trying to assert his presence around the map.
As far as Morphling's itemization, do you think this is just going to be a straight Lincolns from him? Do you think...
Lincoln doesn't really do that much. I think Manta's a lot better here. PA, almost all single target, can split out of split out of the root.
Yep.
So it's good to block arrows, it's good for split pushing.
I think you definitely want to be going Ethereal Blade against PA as well. And also because, like, right-clicking PA, unless Morphling goes... I mean, late game he goes MKB, probably to deal with the PA evasion, but you can't get MKB until, like, your 4th or 5th item almost. Maybe your 3rd item, like...
You can get it second, it depends on how big of a problem PA is. If all you're liking is damage and you have enough disables for him, you can get it second.
It's where you just rather, like, the more reliable damage output's your Ethereal Blade, I guess.
Yeah, Manta EB is...
Yeah.
Probably better.
And then if the game drags like 40, 50, 60 minutes, then you're like, okay, let's get my Skadi, Butterfly, and MKB. Maybe MKB probably earlier than you would otherwise get it.
But Morphling still hasn't spent his mass heaps of gold, 2,700 on him.
Maybe straight Ethereal Blade even.
Dire's
like, I guess you
bottom
can get the
tower
Ghost Scepter
is
now.
under attack. Dire's
EB
structures
is
are
risky.
fortified.
They still have magic damage to burst them down, and combine Ghost form or Ethereal form with the Elder Titan aura,
Radiant's
that's
top
a
tower
lot
is under
of
attack.
damage. But I guess they don't really only have Mirana for magic burst.
There's up bottom lane Disruptor there as well. Gotta watch out for that glimpse. They get vision with a waveform. It's gonna be on the Treant though. They use the ultimate as well. They want to just kill secure this. Anything to cancel the TP. Yeah, he gets a point in the adaptive strike. He's level 11, so he does have that. So skanked there by Vici Gaming.
So only 3 kills on all on supports. 2 on the Wisp, but 1 on the Tree. But slowly and surely,
Maybe
Vici
a 4?
taking out all the towers.
EG's similar story though. They've been killing Enchantress and Disruptor, I believe. They killed Enchantress twice, and their other kill was, I can't remember. Ooh, mid lane, Arteezy pulled out. Can they get this kill? There's a relocate in. Super Mage is paying the price for this one. One more Stifling Dagger will chase him pretty far. And Elder Titan finishes off the kill. TP's coming in mid lane. Arteezy with the living armor. He's going to try to fight this one, but they've lost the Wisp already. Arteezy still has living armor on himself. The Anchor Smash going to get rid of his damage here. Elder Titan on the run. Brought down. Double kill for your Enchantress. Arteezy gets the cup to Graph and gets another kill, and that's a killing spree for Arteezy. He's still on the run here. Moonlight Shadow will cover the retreat, but they've got Dust available. Mirana with the leap out, and he's not being able to chase down Mason here. He's... Oh, Blink from Tidehunter. They've caught up with the Gush. Mason going to take an Anchor, so it's a way more forward, and this Mason is going to be kept alive by Treant. Overgrowth, and with that, Vici Gaming maybe in some trouble. The Maelstrom damage is actually adding up, but unfortunately, down goes your Mirana, and with that, EG, full retreat, perhaps Arteezy, still full HP, still critting away. Midrick gonna go down to one more right click, he finds it with a blink strike. Arteezy just getting kill after kill. He's on a dominating streak. Can he make it 5? He was gonna make it 5. Can he get the kill? The Anchor Smash doing so much damage reduction. Tide finally goes down. Double kill for Arteezy, gets himself a mega kill streak. He's still fighting. He just does not die. The Wisp is just keeping him alive. He gets the Morphling with a crit. Oh my gosh, Arteezy with a triple kill. He wants more. He's not done. Stifling Dagger is there. Is he gonna chase this? He's going for this kill. Super underneath the tier 2 tower. The Disruptor is there, but it's not much he can do. Forces out a Ghost Walk onto FY. He goes instead. A Disruptor, nothing to protect him. Arteezy just won't be stopped here. Wicked strict sick. 4 kills in a row. Arteezy finally decides enough is enough. What?
This is just a PA with a Treads, Pearl Man Shield, and a Claymore, mind
Who needs items? He's level fucking 13 now! How do you do this on PA, man?
That's what PA does, especially with Tree Wisp. They love running this so much.
He never even got below like 3/4 HP.
Oh, Battle Fury complete. He did have a lot of luck with coup de grace there, but still, that was a lot of kills, a lot of momentum swinging their way. And Vici, they're also like a relatively ultimate-based team. They have to fight around the Ravage, and once Ravage is blown, Arteezy's like, okay, I'm gonna go ham.
They couldn't kill Arteezy in the Ravage. He had the living armor on him, and then the Wisp was dead, but living armor alone.
Underestimated Blur too. They don't have that much magic damage until the Morphling gets EB. Or Invoker gets some in Exhort.
Well, not just Battle Fury complete, he's got 1800 gold. That was just the fight of a lifetime for Arteezy. Oh, what a team fight. I don't even know if you can call it a team fight. That was just Arteezy just going ham. You can't underestimate how much those supports did to keep him alive, but at the end of the day, all that damage output was PA, and to a smaller extent than Mirana when Mirana was still alive. Well,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Now Vici Gaming, they were ahead like 3k gold. They're still ahead
Radiant's
on the gold
top
graph,
tower
but
is under attack.
it's going to be tough for them. It's a straight E-Blade from Silo. I think realizing this PA is a huge problem and they need to burst him down with an E-Blade, but they can see this and say, well, I've got a bunch of gold. Let's just go straight BKB maybe.
Straight BKB is nice. I mean, if he has living armor on him, he's probably not going to die anyways unless he gets bursted down with a Ravage and a Static Storm to fall. Yeah, but yes, BKB will make his life extremely easy.
You know the EG team, they rocked up today. 5 men in the too easy for Arteezy shirts, and he made it look too easy there. All 5 of them sporting the, the Arteezy support shirts. Considering his Morphling yesterday that went like 0 and 7, I guess he needed a little pick-me-up. So, yeah, well, he's showing up here. I know PPD and a few of the players were not happy about the 8 AM start. PPD was like, man, what is this 8 AM start?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Like they're real people with real jobs. But hey, Arteezy, he's looking as good as ever at 8 AM in the morning.
Yeah, Vici, they're not in a good position right now because they thought they could tie to bully EG around. He got free fire on bottom, he has Blink, he has Arcane, he has Mech, and Ravage is king. Like, I would say as soon as he gets it, which is probably around like 6 or 7 minutes, until like 30 minutes, and then even then it's still pretty damn good. But even without BKB, EG hasn't taken a big loss on the back of Ravage, and because of that, Vici has to change their game plan a lot. They're like, well, we can't actually win team fights with Tornado, EMP, Static Storm, Ravage. What do we do now? They're trying to farm Sylar up, but Sylar died last fight, and he is going to be soft countered by the physical damage from PA as well as natural orders. So they don't really want to go late game against that because Morphling isn't the solution to everything, but they also can't take team fights effectively unless they approach it really, really well. So looks like they're just trying to take smarter engagements. They just need to catch EG by surprise, but that's so insanely difficult. PA was out alone at the T1 tower against 3 heroes. And she got living armored up and still managed to survive. Once she gets BKB, it's going to be even easier.
Yeah, it seems for now they just want to look to farm as efficient. Well, I don't know how efficient it is to farm as 5 heroes, but it was a big ancient sack for their team. And for Vici Gaming, like you say, catch EG by surprise, and it's not going to be easy. Arteezy's going straight for that BKB. Already has the Oak Club. He's just some like 600-700 gold away from a full BKB. Like 25 minutes into the game. Yeah, Vici Gaming running out of options as far as fighting and killing the PA. I think they may just want to fall back to like a farming game plan, but when you rush an E-Blade, you're thinking you're going to get kills off of this. You're not looking to just play a farming for the late game kind of style.
You don't draft Disruptor and Tidehunter if you don't want to fight. And they need to fight early. Yeah. More so than they want to.
Well, they still got 3 pretty farm core heroes. Like, your Tide's almost as farmed as your Morphling. Your Invoker's lagging a little behind, has a full staff, but you give him some time, he'll get a Hex for the team, so... If it does drag out, your PA is going to have BKB soon, but you drag it and just keep on going to the late game, protecting the high ground, like your PA BKB gets shorter, and
is under attack.
Looking really far down the lines. Vici Gaming super late game can still fight EG.
This Roche I think seems pretty obvious. There's no one out on the map right now except for a couple of heroes from the mid lane. They're letting Mason get away with too much.
Vici say we're still going for this. They see Mirana top and want to go for this, but EG could just fight this 4v5. There's your Moonlight Shadow, and
is under attack.
Gaming, Dust, not going to see anyone. They need sentries down here, and the Dust missing things, but the Moonlight Shadow will wear off soon. Vici Gaming back to the Roshan pit they go. Down goes your Morphling to start things off. Arteezy with a BKB. He wants to go back in. The buyback is used though. Morphling, he's going to deal with top maybe. Nope. He's coming back to the Roshan pit. Mirana's just going to go top lane. Tier 3 tower says, if you guys don't come defend this, I'll keep on pushing. There's going to be a glitch to your Dream Protector. Overgrowth is there, catches out a couple. Shotgun not going to do enough. Will actually with the waveform. And Sylar gets credit 2 in a row! What a disaster! Arteezy is godlike at 25 minutes in the game. Meanwhile, Mason is getting top tier 3 tower, and this fight has just gone oh so horribly wrong. Arteezy's not done, making a double kill beyond godlike for Arteezy. Oh, it's just all over for Vici Gaming. Game 1 has just been a catastrophe. Meanwhile, top lane, the tier 3 tower's below half HP. Oh my bloody god, what a game for Arteezy.
My goodness. Natural order plus physical damage on Morphling is just absolutely ridiculous. I think both the times that Sylar died he got crit, but still, that's just the incredible potency of EG's lineup, and it's just...
Arteezy, you don't walk past the DD rune. I guess maybe he went to save it for a team fight. He's like, yeah, I don't want to pick it up now.
What did he just pick up after that fight, too? Yasha?
Damn.
Well, that's not good.
He is just... He's level 16. That's the scariest thing. 1400 crit with a DD rune, so it's not going to always be critting that hard. Meanwhile, your Mirana almost has a Lincoln Sphere to go with the Maelstrom. There we go, it's finished. VG Gaming a finish here, game 1. I don't know if we can count it just yet, but
I don't think they can come back from this.
I think the scariest thing is that this is level 3 coup de grace. Like, max crit on your PAs at this stage of the game. Supports are going to get 1 shot. Enchantress and Disruptive get 1 critted. This has a Vlad's bonus damage, lifesteal.
He just don't have a Superman. He's Superman at this point with Tether, with Overcharge, with Living Armor, with BKB for. They cannot focus him down.
Looking just for that first hit crit again. Or we're going to go flying, but they're just going to use this to secure the tier 2 tower. VG Gaming just going to be dumbfounded at this stage of the game. What a fantastic game 1 strat from EG.
Go back to the Morphling, and Elder Titan is underutilized, I'd say, versus Morphling, but EG, PP tree with the draft.
Yeah, well. Whew. Game 2, looking towards that. VG Gaming, what do they need to do to bounce back?
They need a Sick Ravage. They also probably need a Scepter up on Disruptor at some point in the game.
I was talking about game 2.
Oh, game 2?
Yeah.
They're not completely out of this. It's pretty low chance, but they're still not completely out. Personally, I think they need to be less comfortable with their carries. So they've been running Sylar, a lot of Invoker, a lot of Morphling this tournament, and both of those heroes do have counters. Do very, very good versus Invoker, and we can see Elder Titan plus physical damage carry will also work very well versus Morphling. So I think they need to, I don't know, just be more unpredictable. You didn't see this, like, you see Tree Wisp opener from EG, that's very common. You see the Mirana was even last picked by them, but PA was a great hero for their situation, and Vici, they rely a lot on team fight, but at the same time they don't have any anti-BKB. Yeah, so
VG just knew the opening Vici were going to go with the Enchantress Invoker and planned for it. I mean, sure, the Wisp Train is pretty standard, but VG Gaming didn't really have any plan or strategy to counter their opponent, whereas EG were ready to counter VG Gaming from the get-go.
Right, they had the Tree Wisp roam around early to shut down Enchantress. They have the Tree Heal and the Tether to keep PA up during the burst from the team fight from Vici, team fight ultimates in particular, and they also have the Elder Titan versus Morphling. So all in all, EG's draft is very well presented when dealing with Vici's.
Well, no more tier 2, no outer towers alive anymore for VG Gaming. PA up to 15k net worth. Actually went for a Sanjin Yasha, not the Manta style that he went for last game, and he's going in on FY, looking for a crit. Looks like he doesn't find it, but just keep on fishing. Oh, sees a few more here. Is he going to blink forward? He's Fenrir. Fenrir pops a heal when he's still full HP. That's how scared he is.
Tyler immediately waveforms as soon as Arteezy blinks on him, but his spells are such low cooldown. The buff is ridiculously good on him. 6-second cooldown on Stifling Dagger as well as Blink Strike, Phantom Strike rather.
The Elder Titan fits so nicely to give vision for your Blink Strikes, like onto the high ground.
Wisp balls.
Yeah. Not only does it give them the natural order debuff, but it's like, yep, there's vision. You can just blink right in. Arteezy can just go ham. He's the instant crit on the dagger. Arteezy will take quite a bit of nuke damage here, but there's not enough damage to bring him down.
He just got full mana.
Cane Boots, Tether.
And Magic Stick.
Damn.
He was literally at 0 mana.
Yeah. Now, I think he can just jump this tide if he really wants.
I think one of the most difficult things about playing against PA is you don't know when to use your cooldown.
He's not even using his BKB. He gets the Mjolnir buff on him now. He's just, like you say, Superman. Arteezy gets Fenrir with 1 crit. Now the tier 3 tower, and with this, I mean, VG Gaming are actually done for at this stage. PA doesn't have BKB, but doesn't really matter. There's your Tide Blink Ravage, catches out 4, but what can you do here? There's a Disruptor ultimate as well. They can't even kill a single EG hero. PA still going in. Arteezy cleaving through him, looking for that crit. He's going to find it with an Earth Splitter as well. Down goes the Tide. Sylar should be next to fall. They've got the vision they need. He gets brought down there, and with that, VG Gaming, buyback from your Tide, but I think there's just nothing left in the bag of tricks for VG Gaming.
Blown PA's ages in this game right here.
And Arteezy back to full HP, back to full mana. Practice it down, VG Gaming.
Having a farm on Morphling. When you're a Morphling, it's forced to go EV first, and you still lose team fights.
Oh man.
So you can tell how scared Vici is. They always have to use their cooldowns early. Like as soon as Morphling gets blinked on, he immediately waveforms away. Meg doesn't know when to use Ravage because he could just die any second to a coup de grace. So very nice draft from EG, very well executed. I think the most important part from them was the 7 to like 13 minute phase where Vici was like smoking, playing very aggressively in the opponent's jungle, and they dodged all the fights until they knew they could take one